Hello everybody! These 11 secrets helped me grow my LinkedIn impressions by 709%, make over $1 million, get invited to teach LinkedIn to Tony Robbins clients in his studio, and they're guaranteed to help you grow your audience and your bank account. So let's dive straight into it. And this first one will transform the respect people have for you in minutes, because research shows that everybody's eyes go straight to the profile photo. And a Princeton psychology professor found there are two key factors that influence how people perceive us. Number one, make sure your camera is positioned at eye level. Number two, position slightly to the side and tilt your head. It sounds complicated, right? But now it's easy because we can use professional image analysis to make sure we have this right. And here's how to do it. Add the photo you just took to this app, which through my testing is by far the best one. And make sure you're above 70, ideally 80 for composition, editing, and face. And then you're ready for secret 2, because the best profile in the world is useless without people seeing it. And this hack will 4 times your traffic in just a few hours. And it's all because of the latest changes in the LinkedIn algorithm. And the best way to think about these changes is that LinkedIn is a movie theater. The top LinkedIn influencers, they're the movies on the main screen. They spent years producing and building an audience and to pull in the crowds. And trying to match them by launching a movie would take years and years for most people watching this. But here's the trick. Instead of trying to make your own movie, you can run a trailer before their movie. That's exactly what commenting does on their posts. It puts your expertise in front of their perfect audience. LinkedIn has really started pushing this type of content, and a quick scroll through the LinkedIn feed and you won't be able to avoid it. Make sure you don't be negative and contradict, because nobody likes a negative Nelly. The best template is this. Read the post, make sure you feel in agreement, then write, "This is spot on, name, I'll add that." And then add an additional idea, concept, or solution. This allows you to acknowledge their genius and then sprinkle your genius too. And now you're ready for the next secret. You'll be getting a load of people visiting your profile, but some people get flooded with connection requests and new leads, and others get ignored. Why? It all comes down to the first thing people see aside from your image, and that's right, it's your headline. But most people are making a critical mistake that's costing them connections. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine you've just broken your arm. You rush to emergency, you're in intense pain, and the doctor walks in, and instead of addressing your injury, they start rambling about their medical school, their certifications, pointing to pictures on the wall of them graduating. You'd be thinking, I don't care about any of this.
Just fix my arm.
But what if instead the same doctor took one look at you and said, I can see exactly what's wrong. We'll get you for x-ray, into surgery, and 3 hours from now, you'll be on your way to recovery. You'd feel way better about the first one, right? And this is exactly what your LinkedIn needs to do. Focus on solving the problem. The winning formula is beautifully simple. I help, insert your target market. 2, solve, insert the problem. That's it. No fancy jargon, no lengthy credentials. And here's 2 examples following the formula that I happen to know are working right now. They've also added some achievements onto the end, which adds some extra spice. And once you've done this, you'll be getting loads of people into your network. And in a moment, I'll explain exactly what to say to them without being spammy. But for now, let's quickly grow our audience even more in minutes without paying for LinkedIn's premium services. Because here's what most people get wrong when they send connection requests. They treat it like they're proposing marriage. They spend hours planning it, overthinking every word. But the most successful people on LinkedIn do the exact opposite. They treat LinkedIn more like speed dating, making quick decisions and just pressing connect with a blank connect request. And why does this work so well? Because here's the truth about LinkedIn that nobody tells you. People don't care about a few words. They look straight at your headline, your photo, and make the decision. I've seen it over thousands of connects. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. How do I find the right people that will also engage and buy? That's where it gets interesting. I use a simple hack that gives you access to all the best of LinkedIn's premium features without paying a dime. And here's how to do it. Type the web address you see on the screen into Google. Add the job title of the people you're searching and the location, and boom, all the leads you need will appear for free on Google, so you can simply open them into new tabs just like this. The best bit about this is Google actively ranks in its search results profiles and websites that have been recently active. So when you get these results, you know you're not chasing ghosts and you can target active people on the platform. That's one of the best bits about LinkedIn Premium you now have for free. And now for this next secret, I'm going to show you how to send messages to all these new connections you've got. They're going to make you more popular than an umbrella salesperson in a thunderstorm. But just like the umbrella salesperson that successfully success of this next step comes down to what we do before the thunderstorm, being in the right place at the right time. And all the best LinkedIn entrepreneurs understand that the moment LinkedIn connects two people, it immediately starts showing them each other's content if it's available. It's LinkedIn's way of turning strangers into engaged connections. And here's the exciting part. There's one specific type of content that naturally outperforms everything else in sparking a relationship with your audience. What is it? Well, research shows that being understood is way more powerful than competence when it comes to relationships and trust. And so it all starts with just two powerful words: how I solve the problem that your market wants to solve. It shows you've experienced what they're experiencing and immediately builds empathy. And here's exactly how to do it. First, write the how I, and as a bonus, add on a time frame so that people feel it's achievable. Then set the scene and describe where you were to match where they are. Then just simply talk through what you did in 30 to 40 seconds. Finally, explain how your life or business transformed as a result, but focus on the feeling. And I know that sounds a lot, and we have an opportunity to get feedback on this below. Check below, see if we're running one of our weekly live events. For now, let's make sure the post gets a lot of reach, because with the way the LinkedIn algorithm works right now, it means it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. And the best way to think about this is imagine you're at a high-end restaurant. You order their signature dish, and the waiter arrives with two plates. On one plate, everything's jumbled together in a mess, like a dog's dinner. And on the other plate, the same ingredients are beautifully presented with careful spacing that lets each food item shine. Same food, completely different consumption experience, right? This is exactly what happens on LinkedIn. Most people's posts look like the dog's dinner, all crunched together. But the top creators, they understand the power of white space to help the message pop. A hack to make you sound natural and not robotic. Take your copy, read it aloud. Anytime you feel yourself pausing, hit enter and put a white space, a white line. And if anything feels unnatural and you read it and you think, I don't speak like that, change it to exactly how you would say it, because people understand the language of emotions and speech, not the language of grammar. And now you're ready for the next secret, which will blow up your engagement, reach, and clients with just a couple more minutes of work. Remember those posts we just crafted a minute ago? Now let me show you how to do something with them that LinkedIn is practically begging you to do. They reward it with reach and engagement. And when I did this, I had a big spike in impressions. And that's right, I'm talking about video. And you might be thinking this sounds complicated or time consuming, but here's the best part. You don't need fancy equipment or editing skills. Here's exactly what to do. 1, grab the post you already wrote. 2, grab your phone, find soft lighting. And the best time for this is early morning or just as it's going and getting dark. Pull your phone out, press record, post on LinkedIn with the caption, meaning the text, being the first line, how I got past problem. That's it. Done. But don't just upload and post at any time of the day if you want your post to explode, because the reception in the first 20 minutes after upload will massively impact the success of your post. And here's what people get wrong. They follow generic best posting time advice. But after analyzing thousands of posts, hundreds of profiles, I discovered something fascinating. There isn't a universal best time for LinkedIn. It's all about understanding the daily rhythm of your specific audience. And we found that for CEOs, founders, and senior executives, the best time was 7:45 a.m. ish. But for traditional employees, consider posting during typical break times, just before 9 o'clock, around 12 to 1 o'clock, or just after work, maybe when they're trying to look busy and staying in the office and killing time. But here's the important thing. Now we have that out there, it's time to start some conversations. And look, this is a zero spam zone. Because do you want to know why some LinkedIn messages get instant replies and others vanish into the ether of the universe? It's because most people approach LinkedIn messaging like going door to door in an empty neighborhood, knocking blindly and hoping somebody's at home. It's exhausting, frustrating, and worst of all, completely unnecessary. Let me show you a little known hack that top LinkedIn creators use to guarantee their messages land at the perfect moment. It's like having X-ray vision into when your connections are most likely to respond. See those green circles in your message inbox? They're actually a secret code LinkedIn doesn't tell you about. A hollow green circle means that the person has mobile push notifications turned on. A solid green circle means they're online right now. When I started prioritizing messages based on those signals, my response rate tripled overnight. But you're probably asking, what do I actually send? And here's a super powerful message secret I discovered that makes people eager to respond. And the best way to think about this is to imagine a young kid on their birthday staring at a wrapped present that's making mysterious sounds. They simply can't resist wanting to know what's inside. And when I discovered this technique, my response rates jumped even more. So here's what to do. Pull out your phone, speak into it using LinkedIn audio on the LinkedIn app. Say something like, "Hi name, it's so great to be connected. I'm really looking forward to learning about what you do at wherever they work, and I'll be looking out for you in the feed so I can support you. Have a wonderful day." That's it. And then send the audio and then do this bit, right? "Hey name, I was just on your profile and couldn't help wanting to record this." And boom, they'll see the audio, they'll see the little file on there, and you'll be amazed how people cannot resist, number one, opening this, number two, replying when you treat them with respect like this. And in a moment, I'm going to show you exactly what to say to take the conversation further, or what to do in the likely event that the conversation doesn't continue. But first, you're ready to learn the biggest secret that took me years and years to learn. And once I did this, my business, meaning my revenues, exploded. And what is it? Well, here's an interesting stat from Goldman Sachs. It says that only 4% of creators make over $100,000. Why? Because most creators are stuck in a popularity contest instead of attracting serious buyers. Think of it like a busy restaurant. At one table, you've got the loud group taking endless selfies and getting tons of attention. At another table, you've got the quiet executives gently closing $1 million deals. And most creators are like that first table, all noise, no profit. They don't understand that claps do not mean cash. But what if you could have both the attention and the sales without the work of creating content all the time? Because I discovered a psychological principle from Tony Robbins that attracts serious buyers while still growing your reach. It all comes down to the biggest driver of our behavior as human beings, our values. And this works even if you're new and unknown, because you just borrow other people's values, and the people that follow you will automatically associate you with the same values of that famous person and will automatically trust you. And by the way, this is an association principle and it's well known in psychology. So here's what to do. Find somebody that reflects your values. So maybe for conscious leadership, it's Brené Brown. Maybe for ruthless sales, it's this guy on screen. And share a post and add a comment. Really great message from the person about whatever they're speaking about. And you'll be amazed how the right people who are your people engage with that post. And now you're ready for the next trick to get your conversations to clients no matter what happens. And I discovered this secret from a famous book about negotiating intense hostage situations. There's loads of stuff in there, but the two that work for you right now are this. When someone shares something in reply, I don't know, something about project struggles. Well, look, we've been struggling to automate with AI. Instead of jumping in and saying, "I can help with that," simply mirror back and then add the next bit, which is also from this book, which is called labeling. It validates and identifies the emotion and helps people feel seen. It keeps them talking. So something like this, repeat back what they said. "It seems that that's a lot of work and might be challenging, question mark." That's it. That's simple. And watch how people respond. And don't forget to get the download below and see if we've got one of our live events coming up, because that's me that runs them. I'll give you personalized feedback. Then check out this video, which gives you even more algorithm hacks that are way more powerful than this to get clients.